Everyone is born with a dream. Since I was a boy, my greatest dream has always been to find the one, to travel the world and experience that spark of a moment where eyes meet across a spectacular scene and the crowd erupts into song and dance. Some may call it a delusional fantasy, but I believe this journey speaks to the core of our existence. It rekindles those now fading traditions of courtship and reminds us of the beauty that lies within genuine connections. And so now we set forth on the adventure of a lifetime, wandering the bustling streets of Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia. Along the way, I will serenade those who resonate with my heart, seeking love in its purest form. I'm Noah, and this is my dance for love. Cambodia, the land of the Khmer Empire, one of the most underrated yet powerful empires in world history. Today, the Dance for Love tour arrives in Phnom Penh, the colorful capital of Cambodia. And out of all the places we've danced so far, this story, is the most unexpected. Usually, these episodes are a mosaic of moments, short dances and sweet encounters with many different people on the streets. But this time, the very first person I met, well, let's just say they turned out to be someone special. Good. Do you have a moment to chat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My name is Noah. What can I call you?
Adi.
Adi. Yeah. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Where you come from?
UK, England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what brings you here to Cambodia?
I'm doing a gap year and backpacking.
Oh, okay.
Traveling
Awesome.
all around the world.
Really? Wow, that's great. What spurred? I'm curious. What spurred that for you?
So my mum's been really ill the last 12 years, and I've worked part time. And some months she was having like 21 tablets a day. So I had to do. 1 week I had a hospital appointment for her, a doctor's appointment, and a nurse appointment. On top of holding down a part-time job and doing all the housework, cooking, shopping, laundry, everything. And my body had become very burnt out after 12 years, mentally, physically, emotionally. So I sold my flat.
Wow.
I resigned from my job last year, February. Wow. I went to India for 4 months. I found a care home for my mom, spoke to management. Now she's on 6 tablets a day.
Okay.
She has her own care home in India.
Okay.
And after 47 years, I moved my mom back to India. And I've been travelling for, in 1 week, it'll be 12 months.
Wow.
I want to dance.
Yeah, so, like, in my life, there's just been nothing that can just elevate my mood from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs. And, yeah, so I'm on a journey of dance. What I say is to like, embody and spread joy and to discover love.
Oh, how lovely. How old are you?
I'm 30. Yeah. I just turned 30. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on then, stick your music on, let's dance.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Get this party started. Started as a short conversation and dance turned into an unexpected odyssey. Addie and I connected instantly, and before I knew it, we spent the whole afternoon together. It felt like one of those rare moments where two strangers meet and something clicks.
Oh my god, he tried to get me to do my mediumship and to help develop spirituality in Switzerland.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I went to Germany, Nuremberg, Berlin, Krakow, Florence, Bologna, Lille, Amsterdam, and then I went to
all over.
Yeah, then I went to Canada, and then I did Japan.
Okay.
2 months in Japan, all up and down the country. Nara, Hiroshima. South Korea for a month. Oh my god, something else. Then Laos, Thailand, and now Cambodia. And I'm thinking...
So how many countries total?
I don't know, maybe 15, 16, 17. I've lost count.
Okay.
All I know is I left England first week of February, and today's 1st of Feb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've, what?
Wow.
4 or 5 days left.
Full
I've done a year.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's super exciting, but yeah, that's a good thing about travelling, and also a sad thing a little bit as well. You make friends, especially staying in hostels or whatever, and if you hang out for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and then it's time to say goodbye, and then it starts again. Yeah, travelling is amazing. You never know what you're going to experience. Just pick a destination and go, and like have some hope in your heart, and think, I'm a man, I can talk, all my limbs work.
Yeah.
And just go and experience the life.
Yeah.
When I was 20, I lived on a volcano.
No way.
Yeah, honestly. So in my degree, I got a placement here at the Isaac Newton Group of Telescopes on La Palma. It's one of the Canaries, the island that spewed volcano a few years ago. So when I lived there, and I got an observatory on top of this volcano, Isaac Newton Group of Telescopes. And I didn't speak a word of Spanish, but it was a partly owned UK observatory. And I was 20, and it gave me the travelling bug, and I thought I need to do a proper gap year. I had my own apartment by the sea. I was working 3,000 foot up in the air, and now I put my mum in a care home. I feel it's like my time now.
So why do you want to travel? Well, a few years ago I lived on a volcano and it was pretty damn cool.
No, thank you. Yeah, why not? Why not? There's a world out there, and you're just travelling by yourself as well.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've traveled a lot, and it's all been by myself. Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of perks to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It really makes you like test where you are in life, and you know all those things that your mum and dad tell you are special, like making new friends, self-belief, confidence, being a man. I see different cultures, different food. Sometimes you go to the cinema in a language you don't understand, eat silly things like candy floss or, whatever, anything. Go partying on the beach, go ziplining, go walk through a forest, go meditate outside, try a funky ice cream flavour, go kayaking. That's life. Sit on the beach, watch the sunrise or the sunset.
Yeah.
It's the magic moments, the things that money cannot buy. And I think as human beings on this planet, why else have you put me here? Let me enjoy Earth as well.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm travelling. Do you understand? Answer your question in a longer way.
I really, and truly appreciate your love for life, and I
have to know. My sister was sectioned under the Mental Health Act 1988, 15 years ago, and she's on a lot of tablets. My brother had a size of an orange tumour in his head last year, and he had loads of operations. So I was really, really scared for him, and then he recovered, and he asked me about my gap year, and I thought my brother's okay. I went and lived in his house for 2-3 months to help, just be there in case one day he collapsed or something. And now he's okay, and my mum's in a care home, so yeah. And now you have to see and live the life, What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And when you go through much extreme hardships and pain for many, 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 many years, like I told you earlier, you go past the point of being burnt out.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, and emotionally. So you have to find an avenue, an opportunity to not do employment. We have enough money, just find something in life where you can reset your batteries, learn how to walk again, how to talk again, how to dance again, how to sing again, everything. And that's what people do a gap year.
One of the biggest purposes in life, you can't really boil down the meaning or purpose of life into one sentence, but I think a huge one is, no matter what it is, to find a way to transmute your greatest struggle, your greatest pain into your greatest gift.
Turn your weakness into a strength, or your hardship, whatever.
Yeah,
it's helping make me how I am, it's slowly boosting my confidence, and I don't know what to say. I never thought in my life, genuinely, with how ill my mum had been, that I'd ever get the opportunity just to go random country, and now have so much freedom. If next week I want to go to Thailand, Malaysia, I don't know, Taiwan, Nepal, I can. And it's like, now I have this freedom in my life where I can, keep resetting myself. And
Yeah. I mean, that's all you had to do was be open to the possibility.
Exactly.
That's
just like you earlier today, and you asked me, can I talk to you? And sometimes that's all it takes to say hello.
Yeah,
and it opens up a whole world of possibilities and opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think you're definitely right. You have to have some self-belief in yourself and be open and open-minded, and just put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
It's when you don't, and you've had lots of hardships, I think it then causes more problems, and you have more hurdles to then overjump, and it affects your mental health and deep anxiety and stuff. But you have to come to a point and a self-realisation. I need to change my circumstance and my environment. If I don't, it will change me.
Yeah.
You know.
The breaking point. At one point, Addy remarked on how courageous he thought I was, just walking up to strangers on the street like I did. I told him it hadn't always come naturally. In fact, when I first started trying to connect with people this way, I felt paralyzed by fear and I think just an inner belief that, I don't know, that was scary. That was not normal.
Have you seen a film called Made in Manhattan with J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez? Seen that film?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
okay.
Tell me about it.
There's a line in this film where J-Lo, wherever her name is in the film, says, "The only thing that's stopping you is you." Yeah. So true. And I've learned a lot like that. And sometimes, like you said earlier, about making new connections and trying to reach out and just break the ice with people and talk to people. Sometimes I'll say that to myself like 10, 15 times, and then just find a way of striking up a conversation, making a new friend.
Awesome,
So if you ever struggle with that and on your videos and your travel, the only thing that's stopping you is you.
Absolutely. It's so true.
It's true, isn't it? Have you been on one of these yet?
I've not.
I was in, I can't remember exactly where, maybe Kyoto or Tokyo, and I heard of this beach called Orai Beach, and I kept seeing pictures of it everywhere, all the leaflets everywhere. Researched it, there was a bus, this train, that train, then another train, then a half an hour walk. It's like 4 hours to get there. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. This is what you do when you travel, right? So I left early. Eventually I got to Orai Beach, O-A-R-A-I. There's a big shrine there. And I went down by the beach. And as I'm walking on the beach, I'm getting premonitions. Like the clairvoyance goes really, really deep. My body's going into trance a little bit, and I'm there by myself, don't know anyone. There's like one tourist down there and a couple down there, what have you. And then I'm getting this premonition of the ground shaking, and in front of me is written the words earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. So what's going on? I had to sit down and I see this word, earthquake, 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 the ground shaking. And so that's so frightened. Although I've done mediumship now, given readings for several years, you never know what to expect when you get a premonition. It just happens out of the blue. So I'm extremely frightened at this point because I'm right by the coast, on the beach, and you know, like tsunami country, what can happen, what happened with before in Sumatra. I'm petrified. So I spent some time on the beach, and the premonition eventually faded. Went for coffee, smoothie, what have you. Otherwise, it'll take like 3-4 hours getting back. So many changes of trains and what have you. I can do it, and so eventually did it. Got back, had something to eat, went to bed. So I'm the only one in my hostel dormitory. All the other 4 or 5 beds are completely empty. So okay, went to sleep, had a shower, went to sleep, and in the middle of the night, true story, something is waking me up, shaking like this, like aggressively. Thinking, what the fuck? I thought honestly I was being abducted. I thought like Mulder and Scully are outside, there's a UFO, and I'm going to go to Area 51, all this. Honestly, this is what I was thinking. And then no, you know, like in a dorm, the bed has a metal frame. So the metal frame started shaking like this, like honestly, like true story. So oh my god, this is the earthquake. The earthquake. So on the beach, premonition, earthquake. So I jumped off the top bunk onto the floor. So what do? It's not a UFO, it's an earthquake. And the bed was shaking like really violently. So I ran down the hallway, and this was in the basement of the hostel, and the lights were on in the toilet, and I found an elderly man, having a wee. I was like, excuse me, so I'm a little bit scared. Have we just had an earthquake? He goes, yeah, it happens all the time. And I said, you are? And he goes, yeah, so it's normal here. I was like, I'm from the UK, it's not normal for me. And he goes, yes, totally normal, I'll go back to sleep. I thought, you are? I was looking around like this, there's no one. There's like nothing major happened. But for me, it was like, it shook the whole core of everything. I was like, what do I do? I was like, nobody about the hostel, nobody about the street. So just went back to the dormitory, climbed up in bed, and then texted all my friends. And then my brother did a Google search, like, we can check earthquakes, say it's been what on this Richter scale. And yeah, Tokyo had this massive earthquake at like 5, 10 in the morning. And then I went back to sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, that was Orai Beach. So if you go back to Japan again, O-I-R-A-I, it's a bit of a mission to get to. It's a very beautiful beach, and it's really, really rustic. There's lots of pebbles. There's like golden coloured sand. There's, where the trees have fallen into water and they form like little benches, and there's lots of just twigs and stuff, and there's big bushes coming out on the sand. It's a very how do you say, urban. It's like a very ruralistic kind of beach. Yeah, it's very beautiful as well. There's a couple of lighthouses that go out far onto the pier in the water. That's quite nice.
Yeah. That sounds really nice.
As we got deeper into conversation, the topic of my family came up. And that's when I told him my parents had divorced when I was
16?
Yeah.
At the time?
Yeah. A lot of it was very deep, like subconscious.
And did you have a choice who you can stay with at the time? Like sometimes stay with your mom, sometimes your dad?
I stayed with my dad, but it was, it didn't, it wasn't ideal, So yeah, I just want to ask you, like, is there any message that you might have for me?
I'm not feeling a message as such.
Okay.
However, I want to be totally honest. Yeah. So earlier, when we were walking to sit down by the canal, and you're telling me about your parents' divorce.
Yeah.
And then walking up here to this coffee shop, and I was asking about your mum and dad and how you lived and everything. It's like strong empathy, and I could feel some of the pain and almost like I don't know if it's a strong word, maybe not, but a little bit of the trauma that any child, girl or boy, goes through when people that they love, they see as their gods when they're growing up, mum and dad, and have a divorce. I could feel that energy, like from deep within your core, like resonating around you. I think you also have to go through healing, which you do of your own accord. So it's almost like any kind of curve. If you imagine a bucket like this, I wouldn't say you're at the bottom, but I feel you're trying to like progress upwards and onwards. If you're at the bottom, you probably would be in your shell a lot more, stuck indoors, struggling to go out. But no, look, you're doing the opposite. You're going out, you're making new connections, you're making new neural links in your brain. So I could feel like a healing curve with you, where you're coming out of the bottom. But before coming here, spend those minutes together. And I felt like deep pain and some of the trauma you've been through, some of the hurt. I saw images of you when you were younger, like when you're on your own. I saw you crying. Just like when a child has like maybe some deep anger, some situations that they can't control is out of their not grasp, but they can't have any control over. It's just something happens in life, a circumstance. Because that's such a mix of emotions, that can take many years to go over that hurdle. So some anger, some pain, some what if that, what if this, self-questioning. I felt some of your anger and empathy. I think in life we all go through things like that. Just keep going onwards and upwards, putting one step in front of the other. But I felt it quite deeply with you. I didn't know I could say anything. I thought, no, just keep my mouth shut. But you asked, so.
I think this journey for me and why I'm doing this. I call it Dance for Love.
Call
is
it what?
I call this journey, this video series I'm doing, Dance for Love.
Okay.
It is me overcoming
Yeah.
that hurdle. I guess of my parents' divorce.
Yeah.
You know, there's people in their life that haven't overcome hurdles in their life.
It doesn't make you
And-
stronger then, does it?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, how do you pass on skill sets and teach
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to the next generation?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's part of life on earth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna live my life, give everything I have to stand for love and everything I believe in. And I'm just like that. Like I'm just so proud of myself. I'm just so grateful to be on the journey. Yeah. We're gonna have to head out in a few minutes. But yeah, let me give you a hug.
Yeah, man. I love hugs. It was lovely meeting you. Take care of yourself and
Yeah, you too.
keep in touch.
I've always believed that each new person we meet is a gift into our lives, carrying insights, messages, reflections that we need at just that right moment. And with Addy, it wasn't just the start of a beautiful friendship, but the way he saw me, the things we talked about, it helped me to uncover something deeper than I ever fully realized. Dance for Love means so much to me, but also the journey itself has been healing. This voyage, this process, traveling the world, opening my heart to strangers, dancing on the streets, forces me to confront many things that I've struggled with in the past. My old fear of approaching and talking to strangers, the lingering impact of my parents' divorce, and the many failed attempts myself of trying to date and discover romantic love. But when I show up on the streets with an open heart and a willingness to connect, the weight of my burdens begins to dissolve like a dust being swept away by the breeze. We cannot control every outcome that we experience in our lives, but what we do get to choose is the path that we walk. And by me choosing this path, this bold, sometimes messy, but beautiful quest to seek and spread love, I've already won something far greater than the pure heart could desire. No matter what happens from here on out, I can look back knowing that I didn't let fear or failure define me. I created my own story. And remember, the dance goes on.